feeling. And we're live. Hello, everyone, and shout out to each and every one of you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to your girl Siren right here on the Siren Speak Show. Hey, y'all, and happy Thursday. It is Thursday, okay? Happy Thursday to y'all. I know your girl is a little late, okay? Well, no, I'm not late. I just should have been here yesterday. But it has been a lot going on, y'all, trying to, stay on top of this energy and trying to stay up with y'all. I appreciate everyone for all of the orders and things of that nature in your consultations. And I salute you, okay, for staying on top of your frequency. I really, truly appreciate that. So does Mother Earth, okay? But yeah, there's a lot that goes on, y'all. And like I say, I appreciate you guys, all right? So before we do anything, y'all, let me go ahead and get started on this energy, honey, because y'all don't understand what I have to go through just to go live. Okay, just to come on here and talk to y'all. I'm like Kanye West. I put my life at risk when I come at y'all like this. Okay, what is it saying? It's saying something I don't know. But yeah, so you guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started with the topics. Today, we're going to be talking about married advice versus single advice, because we were supposed to talk about relationships the last time, but we did not get a chance to tap into that because the live cut off. It's a lot that goes on when it comes to these lives. For whatever reason, when it comes to me giving a message, it's like anybody else can go live all day. But the minute I decide to come on here and say, doo-wop, doo-wop, it's like, Siren is getting ready to speak. Oh my God, people getting ready to be activated in the center. But anywho, so married advice versus single advice, okay? How to protect your destiny and vampires gone wild. Okay, I see why it is that, they decided to, keep your girl a little quiet, because y'all know I be spilling the beans, okay? I definitely spilling the beans, all right? So now, first of all, it is Easter, okay? Happy Easter to those of you who celebrate the Easter holiday. I mean, I don't know if you're celebrating a bunny, or not, or why it is that you're celebrating, Easter, but whatever reason you choose to celebrate Easter, y'all, happy Easter. Now, listen, I know they tell us, you're probably saying, Siren, Easter is Sunday. Y'all know Siren come on here and give y'all the business, right? So Easter is actually the first full moon after the spring equinox, not the first Sunday. It's the first full moon after the spring equinox. So today is actually the full of the moon in the sign of Libra, I believe, okay? Libra is all about the seventh house, which is about contracts, partnerships, relationships, any type of engagement with someone or something outside of yourself. Libra rules over that type of energy right there, okay? So anytime you sign up for a credit card and you agree to merge with that bank, anytime you sign up for a car loan, you go buy a car, anytime you get in any type of a contract or a partnership with a person or entity, you're under that Libra energy. So Libra governs all of your connections in your relationships, which is why it's that scale. It should be balanced. The energy should be balanced, okay? So, yes, happy Easter, you guys. I mean, I know I look rather festive, but your girl is definitely in tune with the season, okay? With the seasons. And this is my spring energy, you guys. So I'm wearing my little, purple, my little lilac, my little lavender. It's a little bit of everything, okay? So yes, we're going to start talking about married advice versus single advice. We're going to start with that. And then we're going to talk about how to protect your destiny, one. And then we're going to talk about these vampires going wild, child. Your girl got receipts, honey. Y'all be thinking Siren be coming on here just spitting all type of stuff out the side of her neck, which I do. But Siren also come on here and I give you guys the truth, okay? Truth be told, all right? So let me make sure that this link that I sent out is some good, because I know I did send out the link, okay? Now, unless everybody just busy, maybe that's what it is. Okay, but it is live, okay? I have to sometimes make sure my link is live, and I have to make sure that I am able to tune into it, because, honey, They be tripping, honey. They do not like siren, honey. Don't you say nothing. I love it though. So shout out to y'all and everything you guys are out there trying to do. Okay. And everything that you guys are out there standing up for. All right. So shout out to y'all. Let me go ahead and make sure that's good. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get started on the topic. All right. Marriage advice versus singles advice, because we have all my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies. There's just different energy. There's just different messages. Okay. That when we come on here and we talk about relationships, when it comes to single women versus married, or married men versus single men, okay, there's just a different type of message that is for you. And when it comes to trying to keep a man, I know a lot of single women. I know you guys want to, be married because that's the goal. The goal is to get the ring, right? The goal is to, to get the man, and to have that marriage and to purchase, a home and to live a beautiful life. There are a lot of single women out here. So I recently heard a conversation between a single woman versus a woman in a relationship. And here's this single woman who doesn't have a man, who's giving this woman who has been in a long-term relationship advice, telling her what she should do. And of course, the message is going to be, let him go, girl, let him go. You don't need that, girl. You could do better than this and that. And it's all about you. And it's like when you're married, the last thing you will want to do is get relationship advice from a single woman. Nothing against my single women, okay? We're just trying to make the science make sense, right? If you want to know how to cook a burger, would you go to someone for advice who specializes in spaghetti? Or they make pizzas? If you want a burger, you're going to go to a burger joint. Okay, you're not going to go to a pizza place and ask for a burger, right? So when you want advice, single women, you need to go to a single friend or single confidant, someone who has some sort of expertise in that area. However, if you are a married woman or if you have been in a long-term relationship, so maybe you've been in this relationship for some years now, you don't want to go to a single woman for advice on what to do in your situation, in your relationship, okay? And when you are single, you don't want to go to a married woman, right? You don't want to go to someone who's married for advice. Why is that? Because you will probably say, well, Sarah, if she married, she know how to keep a man. Why would I not listen to her? Because I think married women, we've been in that relationship for a while. So we tend to overlook certain things. After a while, a married woman will probably overlook certain things that her husband does, because sometimes married women can become complacent in that connection. You don't know why she's still with him. It may be she's married because, he's convenient. He works and pays all the bills, or if they do split the bills, maybe she's like, well, I'm used to, paying half of the bills. I don't want to pay full bills. So it's like, and married women, when it comes to relationships, married women, they tend to be a little more lenient towards their husband. They'll put up with a little bit more than a single woman have to. Now, if there's something about a man that a married woman don't like I can't stand when he do this, she's going to stay with him because they're married now. She's already made up her mind that she's going to deal with that, for the rest of her life when she married him. But a single woman, you can opt out at any moment. See, y'all have the opportunity to opt out. If something is uncomfortable for you, or if it's something you don't like, you can just opt out and be like, that's it. This is over. This is done. So if you go to a married woman, there's a possibility, she may tell you, well, girl, it's like, you just got to give them a chance, or, in due time. And you know what I'm saying? Because that's her mentality. She has got to deal with Cleophas and all of his shenanigans as is, because she's already signed that contract. So she's locked in that contract for life. Okay. She's already locked in. So there isn't anything that you as a single person would get from that person who's married. The advice that you're going to get is from someone who's already in a long-term and committed contract. that they probably can't get out of, okay, or don't want to get out of. So I would say take advice from someone who's in the lane that you're trying to be in. Take advice. Now, you do have relationship experts, okay? Like you have some people who are relationship counselors, right? So they come from a non-biased type of energy. They don't know you. Now you can go to a professional, like I said, is what I'm trying to say. You can go to a professional who may be married and who can give you some advice on, your relationship and dealing with a significant other, because sometimes that's kind of like the ground of it all. The grounding of it all is just really dealing with a significant other, right? But if you're married, you definitely don't want advice from your single girlfriend or a single friend guy, because man, leave up, man, get out of there. What I ain't like her for, and I don't know why I feel like when your friend does not like your partner, they will never give you the best advice. They're always going to say to leave him and or her. Leave him or leave her. So I definitely wouldn't want to take any advice from somebody who I know don't really get along with my significant other. Now, also when it comes to relationship, I think it is very important for, us to learn how to build a healthy boundary when it comes to friends. And when I say a healthy boundary, meaning if my friend, okay, is around me and my husband, there are certain conversations and certain things that should and or should not be said, right? Meaning, I'm not going to be around my friend and my husband and have like a intimate conversation talking about what I like, what I don't like, how I like it, how I don't like it. Like, and she's over here telling what she like, and my husband is sitting right there. Like, that's just very inappropriate. Also, conversations where your significant other or your friend, can kind of like be disrespectful. Like, I can't sit there and have my friend say something disrespectful to my husband, or have my husband say something disrespectful to my friend. You know what I'm saying? So that type of, situation right there. And I'm just like, what? Absolutely not. There's a level of respect that should be amongst all of the relationships that you're in. And if your husband does not get along, or your girlfriend does not get along with your friends, then you're going to have to do your best to avoid, them from being around each other. Okay. And you got to think about, if you're going to get married to this person, if you can't stand their friends, if you can't stand their family members, sometimes you have to be that type of person to just be the bigger person, right? Just be the bigger person. Sometimes you're just going to have to be the bigger person. And if their family members or friends are disrespectful, then that's something totally different. Now, there's no way you need to be the bigger person when they're disrespectful, right? When they disrespectful, you just stay away from them. You just don't even have to be around them at all, point blank, period. Like, goodbye. Okay. So yeah, when you're in these relationships, you guys, really finding healthy boundaries, healthy conversations, healthy outcomes. I really think that advice when someone is married versus someone is single is going to be very relevant, because, a lot of women, when I have these conversations in my consultations and in my counseling sessions, the first thing they say is they have conversations with either their friends or their siblings who are single and they're married, or either they are single and their friend is married and they're getting advice from a married woman. And it's like, yeah, because she'll put up with anything from her husband. So I feel like that. Well, then why are you getting advice from a married woman? Okay. She is over there operating under a totally different set of rules. You can opt out at any moment. She can't. Okay. And as a married woman, a single woman can opt out at any moment. You can't. So why would you take advice, relationship advice, from somebody who is not a professional and who is someone who's, trained to be in a setting to be able to deal with either or, right? So yes, be very careful who it is that you solicit advice from when it comes to your marriage, when it comes to your relationship. Also, when it comes to business, like, why are you asking somebody who don't have a business, about business ideas or business things that you're doing? So it's like, we have to make sure that we're surrounding ourselves with the right people. And you got to make sure the people who you're surrounded with are qualified. Okay. These people really need to be somebody who's that go-getter. Surround yourself with people who are doing what you choose to do or doing what you would like to do. Okay. When you're single, and you want to be married, surround yourself with married women. Stop hanging around a whole house of single women hoping to get a man. It's the energy you're around. It's the company you keep. It's the frequency you're surrounded by, right? And when you are married and you're surrounded around a whole bunch of single ladies and single friends and things of that nature, it's like it's not going to motivate your relationship. So anything Earl do, you're going to be pissed off. Why? Because you've been hanging with Keita and Tanya all day and they just doing whatever they want to do. So it may trigger you. You go home, Earl ain't take out the garbage. Now you got an attitude. Now you like, oh, I wish I would have, you know what I'm saying? So it's like surround yourself with the energy. If you're in that marriage, surround yourself with women who are in very strong and healthy marriages. Okay. To all of my single women who are in denial, and these are the single women who swear they don't care to be in a relationship. Swear that, okay, a relationship is not for me. I'm not trying to be in a, no, because soon as a man say, will you, you would say, I do. So single ladies, please get out of your head about what you don't want. That way you can open yourself up to a relationship. But if you're steady saying, oh, I ain't looking for nobody, or, you know, I'm good, I could take care of myself. If you're content with being in your masculine energy, then of course, live it as it is. But I, Siren, think that every woman wants to be in a healthy relationship, because a healthy relationship shows you a lot about yourself. Right? I'm not saying there's something wrong with being single. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is a healthy relationship shows you a lot of great things about yourself and who you are. Okay? The fact that you can love yourself, that is great. You can be in a healthy relationship and love yourself. So it doesn't mean that because you're in a relationship that something is wrong with you or that you have settled, unless you have decided to get in a relationship with somebody who you don't really care for and you're just in a relationship for whatever reason. Okay, so that was just a little tidbit on relationships, you guys, that I wanted to talk about. Let me make sure, because it was something else. The single girls in denial, honey, talking about, oh, I don't need nobody. I love y'all for that, though. Okay, let's see. But shout out to everybody who's up in the building, y'all. Like I said, happy Easter. Today is Easter. It's the first full moon after the spring equinox, which is Easter. Okay. The first full moon after the spring equinox, not the first Sunday. Okay. They want you to believe a lot of craziness. Okay. This was another one we were supposed to talk about: how to make your partner a provider. Okay, by investing in their level up. All right. Meaning, if you find somebody who you feel like this person don't have it, but I feel like they have potential. How do you know if this person has potential? Right. I tell you guys a lot. When I first met my husband, we were out there and we were just working. Okay. I don't think we brought in $100,000 between the two of us legally. But I'm just saying, I don't think we were bringing in six figures with both of us working full-time jobs, right? Maybe close to it, but this is when we first met, right? And, you know, eventually and with time, and we've been together and we've helped each other, you know, to grow. So how do you know if your partner is worth investing in? Right? Because a lot of people say, well, Siren, if I invest in this partner, and what if they leave? What if they leave? What if they go with somebody else? What if they, you know, get that and then they start doing good, and next thing you know, boom, they out with somebody else, right? They spending all of that time and that luxury and that money with somebody else. It is what it is. Okay. Maybe that just wasn't the person for you. And maybe you should pay attention to some of the red flags, because there should have been red flags that you probably didn't see. So maybe that person is teaching you to open your eyes a little bit wider, okay, and pay attention to the red flags. But a lot of you are saying, Siren, you know, he's not a provider, or this girl, she's not, you know, that there yet, where it is that I would like for my partner to be. My partner is just not quite there. how do I know if it's okay to invest in them? And I would say, honestly, if you see this person as somebody you wish to be with long term, see, some of y'all be investing in people too dang on early. You don't even know nothing about them. You don't know their blood type, okay? You don't know their zodiac sign. You don't know nothing about them. But you're like, oh, I'm finna turn him into a good man. You know, like you buying them clothes. Oh, Lord Jesus, it's sad to watch. I ain't gonna lie. Spending every coin, every dime on them because you got it. Just because you have the money. I'm gonna tell you one thing a woman should never do. And that is take care of a man. Support a man. Like with your finances, like he ain't working and you paying the bill. The women, if you got your own place, he should not be spending the night at your place if y'all not engaged. Okay? Send him home. See, y'all trying to be married without the ring. Don't even entertain him at your house. Listen, you're going to have to take me to a hotel because unless you putting some money over here, you ain't finna go nowhere else and sleep with me for free. Half of y'all laying up in the backseat of a car. Let him take you to a hotel if that's something you choose to do, right? But I think a lot of you are just playing married without the ring. And even my men, y'all getting with these women and y'all trying too hard to, be loyal, be fake. Have fun. You're single. It's the time where it's like y'all in the purge where cheating is actually legal. When you're not married, cheating is legal. It's not even called cheating. Okay? You're not married. See as many people as you can. Date as many people as you can so you can see what you like, what you don't like. Long as you're wasting your time with one person, okay? You're wasting your time with one person. And it's like after maybe 5-6 months of dating, then you can say, okay, this is the person I want to take to the next level. This is the person, okay, I've been dating for a while. I've been dating for 5, 6, 7 months. Now I really like this person right here. This is the person that I want to take seriously. And then that's when you can start, moving in a little closer to a commitment with that person right there. Okay. Now, if you're a guy and you plan on getting engaged, then that's when you move a little closer to that person. You know what I'm saying? If you're a woman and you feel like, okay, after 6, 7 months, I feel like Tyrone is the one, he's the one that I really like and things of that nature. Then you can start doing things that, will move you towards more of a commitment. Meaning, listen, and that's only if Tyrone has moved from, he should be paying bills. I'm sorry. I just really feel like any man who entertains you should be covering some of your expenses. I ain't gonna lie. Now, this is just Siren speaking, okay? A lot of you probably like, Siren, I can't get him to give me anything. He's not gonna, where are you picking your men up from? Especially if he done ran you down at the gas station. Talking about, what's up, La Mama? If he done ran you down, that means he automatically knows. Because I'm gonna tell you, he knows that he's finna get ready to take care of you. One thing a man know when they look at you, they know if they're gonna take care of you or not. If a man's stringing you along, he don't like you. Move on. If a man ain't trying to take care of you, when he meets you at the gas station, he gonna want to pay for your gas. He gonna want to pump and pay for your gas. And if he's not trying to do that, then move on. And I'm just telling you, not that a man will have to do that, but back in the day when a man introduced himself to a woman, he was ready to marry her and take care of her. He didn't string her along for years. He was ready for marriage and a wife. That's what he was looking for. Okay? So it depends on what this man is looking for. Maybe he's not looking for a wife at this time. That's why you need to ask those healthy questions. Are you looking for a marriage eventually? See, a lot of you don't even ask him that. Y'all just get with him and go to having fun. Hey, I'm gonna hang out with him again. And y'all just hanging out. And have you even sat down and talked to him about marriage? Now, I personally don't think you should be with a man more than 2 years without a ring. It don't take that long. Now, granted, yes, old Siren did have to wait, okay? I ain't gonna put that on y'all. I'm not going to put that on y'all, but I did have to wait for my husband's previous divorce, okay, marriage to have to be finalized. And it was dragged out because she wanted to do that. She was being very, selfish, but she's a beautiful woman. And she's just, I'm very crazy about her. I love her and I salute her. I have no beef and no problem with her, but I do feel like she was being petty during that time. Very petty. Yes, very petty. Because she dragged that out. Oh, she was doing it on purpose. But she was in her feelings back then, so I can't get mad at her. You know what I'm saying? But she's cool now. But anywho, so I did have to wait until their marriage was finally done. And honestly, because they started the divorce when we met. When I met my husband, the divorce papers were already filed, okay? They were already filed. But when she found out about me, she started to stall and she started to, put things away and this and that. It was just a crazy mess. But anywho, outside of that, honey, listen, it would have been 2 years max and I got to go. Y'all got to stop spending all y'all life with these people, giving them all your youth, giving them all your good years, honey, and stop giving them all of your good juice, okay? That's for my husband. That's for when we get married. Save something for when you get married. Y'all be trying to do everything just to get him to take you to damn Whataburger. Y'all be doing everything just to get him to take you to Olive Garden. Like, hold back. Okay, honestly, hold back. Because if a guy, when he comes in your life, if he really likes you, if he likes you enough to approach you, that means that he may either care for you already. He don't have to develop feelings for you. A guy's going to care for you from the moment he see you. He's going to look at you and be like, damn, that look like that could be wifey one day, man. It's like automatic, right? It's instant. And then, because why do you think men walk past certain women? Because he don't feel that pull. Some women, they walk right past, don't look at her twice. And if she fall in front of him, he's like, oh, you all right? You good? All right. And keep it moving. But then when it comes to you, he's like, damn, hey, how you doing? Come here. Can I talk to you for a minute? Hey, how you doing? What is it? So automatically there is some sort of attraction, right? So automatically you're like, listen, here you go. You're stopping me. You're stopping my time. Okay, because I'm supposed to be walking out the door, but now I'm stopping here to entertain you. So what is it? I'm already giving you something for free already, right? And I just really feel like any man who really cares for you is going to want to take care of you. He's going to want to make sure you're okay. He's going to reach out to you and be like, hey, you got gas for the week. Like a real man is going to just automatically start offering to do some things to make your life a lot easier, right? It shouldn't take months. It should not take months for a guy to know that, he needs to be courting you. He needs to be providing for you. A lot of y'all telling me y'all can't get birthday gifts. He ain't buy me nothing for my birthday. He ain't buy me nothing for Christmas. Listen, if you don't know when to move on, I don't know what to tell you about that, but you got to know when to move on. Okay? Please, women, it is not healthy to take care of a man. Keep your coin in your purse, especially if you got children. Every time you want to buy him something, every time you want to do something for him, take it and put it in a college account for your children, okay? Or take it and put it in an investment account. Every dime you think of to give to him, okay, because he need tires for his car, he need gas for the week, he need lunch money, he need airfare, he need whatever it is, because you're not helping him as a woman, right? You're not helping him as a woman if you're taking care of him. If you're making sure, see, that's his mama did, right? Every man should be able to not only take care of himself, but take care of you. And if you got kids, take care of your kids too, even though he didn't put them in you. That's what a real man is going to do. He's going to look at you, and when he finds out, okay, you got 3 kids, okay, he's going to be thinking in his head, he's going to be adding up. Okay. All right, yeah, so, what's up? I would love to take you out. Okay, and if you got kids, if a man want to take you out and you have kids, please, Okay, well, I would love to go out this weekend with you. I have a very lovely restaurant, one of my favorites, and I can't wait to introduce you to it. Have you ever heard of? And more than likely, he's probably going to be like, no, you know? So, oh my God, it is so nice. And food is always good. Every time I go, I really have a great time. I enjoy my food, you know, but I'm going to have to leave the kids with my sister. So I'm going to need some babysitting money to give my sister. And also, I want to make sure that they have something to eat before I drop them off. So not only is he having to pay for y'all dinner, he has got to pay babysitting fees. See, you got to break him in early. Y'all be letting them get away with stuff. And then when you try to ask him for, oh, I ain't never had to do that before. Well, guess what? Now you got to let him know. And I don't care if you have a pet. If you have a pet, hey, well, you know, I have my pet Poochie, you know, and Poochie is going to need a babysitter because I can't leave Poochie at home. He has separation anxiety. So he has got to be around somebody while we're out to dinner. So if they charge $50, you know, I have a pet hotel that I take Poochie to, and I'm going to need the $50, you know, so I can drop Poochie off too, because he has got to get used to doing that. So every time he takes you out, he's going to know, okay, well, you got Poochie together. All right, good. You know what I'm saying? Here come the money for Poochie. Y'all got to really open your mouth. Okay? Open your mouth, right? And let them know what it is that you need. And this is when it comes to men as well. If there's something like, I would prefer if a guy introduced himself to me and he would say, listen, I want a woman who take out the trash. Automatically, he ain't getting my phone number. I appreciate your honesty, sir, but already I know you and I are not together like that. We're not going to work out, you know, because I'm going to ask him, what is it that you expect from the woman in your next relationship, right? I want to know, what is it that you expect of me and or any woman that you deal with? What is it that if he's like, oh, I want you to, you know, go half and back it up. Yes, baby, it was so nice. I wish you well. Hope the good Lord bless you with everything you want in your heart. But you and I are not, you know, we're not compatible. We're not looking for the same thing, because that's not something that I'm willing to do, is help you be less of a man. Okay, because a man, not that a man has got to pay all the bills in the household, but the man definitely pays the rent or the mortgage. These are the bills I feel like the man should pay. He should pay the rent and or the mortgage. Okay, he should pay the light bill. He should pay the gas bill, you know, because the water bill, right? Now, as a woman, I feel like the woman should pay her bills, right? If she has a car, credit cards, she should pay those bills. Now, the woman will also pay to decorate the house. Like, the woman is going to buy the furniture. So if she works a job, you know, she's going to beautify the home. She's going to make sure the groceries stay inside of that house. You know what I'm saying? She's going to buy the groceries. She's going to make sure y'all have clean sheets and towels. She's going to buy the soap, the detergent, right? And that's if she's working, right? And she's going to contribute to those things. But I feel like anytime a man is the provider and he pays for that house or that household, he's going to be blessed in life. I'm just saying, that's how I've seen it in life. That's how it has always been. Whenever he has a problem and he wants this woman to come in and he wants her to pay half of the bills, listen, the universe just don't, because it takes him out of his masculine energy. Now he's become feminine. So he's going to be check to check or job to job. He barely going to have it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot that's going to block him, because now he's not balanced. He's not in his masculine energy. Okay. So we want to make sure, you guys, that he stays in his masculine energy. So if he asks you, well, why don't you pay no bills? Because I love you. I love you so much. I want to keep you in your masculine energy. I want the world to bless you with the best. So I'm not going to, you know, take you down. Like, I'm going to hurt you by helping you pay bills. Like, that's a man who take care of his household will always stay blessed. He's always going to keep a good job. The universe is going to make sure that he stays in that energy. Okay, he's always going to keep a decent job or a job. They're going to make sure he has the money to provide for that household. But when a man becomes weak and he tries to, you know, oh, I need help, or I need time to get myself together, and what? Are you serious? Then y'all need to walk away yesterday. If he ain't taking care of himself, if he ain't taking care of his household when you meet him and he's like, he's trying to get you to move in with him, or sometimes a man will bring you to his house because he don't want to pay for a hotel. I would not ever sleep with a man at his house. Not today. You better take me to, I don't want to go to your house. No, I'm not going to your house. Absolutely, positively not. And I'm definitely not going to sleep with you over there. Absolutely, positively not. Because a man feel like when he meets you, oh, you can come to my house. He's trying to be cheap. No, I can't. Absolutely not. Okay. So if we gonna go there, because I'm like in the mood or whatever, you're not gonna get it over there in your house. Absolutely, positively not. No. You're gonna take me to a nice hotel. You're gonna take me to an exclusive hotel, one that I ain't been with, always wanted to go to, honey. I'm gonna get the full experience. You're not taking me to your house. And no, I don't want to go to your house and cook for you. And no, I don't want you to cook for me. Absolutely not. I want something that I'm not going to be able to get. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be able to get enough of that when we get together and when we turn this thing into whatever's going to be. You're going to be cooking for me. I'm going to be cooking for you. I don't want none of that right now. I want all the outside stuff. Okay. So we got to stop making it convenient for men to get over, for men to be cheap. Anytime he want to see you, you have to make sure that he caters to a service. Okay. I don't care what it is. You got to make sure that he is making it convenient for you to see him. Anytime he's like, hey, I've been thinking about you all day. I want you to come see me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you know what? If you can just go ahead and cash out me some gas money because I'm going to need to get over there to where you are. I don't care if your car is on full. Get you some gas money. Okay, put that money to the side or leave it in your Cash App or your Apple Pay or whatever. And when you do need some gas, you got some gas. It sounds harsh, but this is how you elevate a man. This is how you level him up. And I know men probably like, how you going to level me up by making me pay bills? No, making you take care of the divine feminine. The universe, it's like that's a deposit into the universal energy, and the universe will then reward you. Why do you think the government gives the women food stamps in Section 8? The government ain't got no problem taking care of the divine feminine. They knew this a long time ago, but they're going to tell the men to don't take care of her, treat her like a 304 or a 403, whatever they call it a bitch. Yeah, they going to put all type of music out there to program him to disrespect her, to not take care of her. But then they'll turn around and give her Section 8. They'll turn around and give her food stamps. They'll turn around and give her Medicaid. They'll take care of the babies and all. Why do you think they do that? Because they know. Okay? They know. And then they program them to hate us when we try to tell them to do it. Like, hey, yeah, you know what? I'm going to need this. Anytime a man do something, anytime you invest in a woman, anytime you invest, why do you think it's for sale on the streets? Even men who pay for it on the street, they go pick it up. I don't care what she charged, $25, $15, $40, whatever. Those men honestly will stay blessed because they pay for it. They don't treat it like, you know what I'm saying? They like, look, I want this, you want that. All right, boom, here it is, there it is, boom. Those men, they'll make that money back in 2 seconds. By the time they get home, they go to the corner store to get a beer afterwards, and they get a $3 scratch off and win them $40 right back. Because they invested in the divine feminine. See, a lot of men don't know that is like one of the lucky charms of it all. When you take care of the woman, when you invest in the woman, and that's why I say women, make them invest in you. That's going to level him up. And that's who you want as your man and your husband. If you settle down with a man who's not trying to take care of you, y'all gonna be check to check, piss poor, barely making it, eating oodles and noodles together. It's all about knowing how to master this realm that we are in. When you are able to master the energy around you, that's how you know that you are in that next level. Level him up by making him take care of you and pay your bills. Make him take care of you. Get him to invest in you. Now, if you don't care for him, then don't take nothing from him. If you can't stand him or he piss you off and I don't want nothing, no. The minute he don't care for your need, he might have a bad day. I ain't lying. That's just how the universe works. It ain't siren. It ain't siren. Okay? But I'm telling you, y'all, when you're interested in him, get him to do more for you. And let him know that I'm only helping you by even allowing you to take care of me. I'm honestly leveling you up by allowing you to take care of me. Because I didn't care. If I didn't care for you, I wouldn't want nothing from you. I wouldn't take nothing from you. So, ladies, put some respect on yourself. You are honestly a prize. Now, men, you guys are a prize too, right? You are a prize, my men. I don't want y'all to feel like, oh, well, we here to just pay and take care. You guys are providers. The masculine energy in its natural state is the protector and the provider of the feminine energy, because we have to be so busy creating. Look at this whole fucking world we live in. It has got to be birth. Something has got to give birth to this energy. The feminine is always giving birth to energy. Regardless of what, if a man think of it, the feminine has got to give birth to it. If a man think of a hat, the feminine energy gives birth to that hat. If a man think of a chair, the feminine has got to give birth to that chair. She is always giving birth. So while she's so busy manifesting this whole entire reality, she needs to be protected. She needs to be provided for. And we got to make sure that we are getting that. As women, if we're trying to step into the masculine role and we're trying to be the provider and a protector to protect him and to provide for him, then who's providing for you? That's why you're tired. You're frustrated because you're too busy in the wrong role. You're too busy in the masculine role. You have to expect to always remain in your divine feminine. A lot of you have to open yourself up to be taken care of. Stop being so masculine. Oh, I make my own money. So what? Use your money to buy flowers. Use your money to plant seeds out in the forest. Use your money to start a nonprofit organization. Donate it to the sick kids. Use your money to, buy some furniture. Use your money to do something that's going to help you to grow, to help you to stay in your energy, because the minute you give it to him, the minute you take care of him, you lose a part of you. You lose some of who you are. You lose an opportunity that should have come to you. So we have to make sure we open ourselves up to be taken care of. It is okay. You can work a job. We're not saying, oh, don't work, stay at home and just have babies and things. That's not what we're saying. We're saying allow yourself to comfortably be in your feminine energy. It is okay. You're not wrong for being in your feminine energy. I don't care if you make $1 million, right? And he make 100,000. Let him pay those bills. Let him pay the mortgage every month with his 100,000. And you, as his wife, can buy him clothes. You know what I'm saying? You're going to buy, food for the house, right? You're going to make, long as he is providing, long as you allow him to remain in that masculine energy and the right frequency to where he is a provider. He makes enough to provide for, the lifestyle that you guys have. Okay. Let me see. Do you guys have any questions? Y'all have any questions in regards to this? I know this comes off as very like, siren, what the? Yes, I'm saving him by making him pay my bills. Yes, you leveling him up. You're putting him in his masculine energy because society has had him in his feminine energy all his life, laying on his mama chair, staying at your house, driving your car. You're saving him. Okay. Let me see if y'all have any questions. Hey to everybody who's tuned up into. Hey y'all, happy Easter. East Star. Okay. Hey y'all. Hey Terrence. Terrence is up in the building. Shout out to you, Terrence, because we always need a little bit of masculine energy up and through. Yes, we do. Okay. Shout out to you. Hey Crystal. Crystal says, hello everyone. Hey y'all. Hey Anisha. Hey Anisha. What is up? Hey Lindsay. Lindsay, what's up? Lindsay says, hello, everyone. Hey, Shay. Shay, not you coming in here with this. What is this? What is this? Damn, what does that look like? It's the symbol right there. It looks like this. Whenever the aliens come, they tend to spray that in the sky. Whenever there are certain portals or certain alignments or certain aspects, that's the symbol. So, Shay, thank you for inviting all of this special energy up and through. Shout out to you. Okay, shout out to you, honey. All right, so let's move on since we are so done with the relationship aspect of it. Okay, we're all done with the relationship side of it, you guys. So now y'all know, tell him I'm helping you by allowing you to take care of me. Okay, I am helping you by allowing you to take care of me, right? Pretty much. I'm leveling you up by giving you, some bills to pay. And another thing, don't let him move in with you. Stop letting him spend the night. That is so. If he's not engaged to you, do not let him spend the night. If y'all not engaged, he do not get to spend the night. Okay. And if he do come over and spend time, do not invite him to your house unless he's paying a bill. Some bills. Right? He has got to be contributing to that household. Otherwise, he ain't got no business over there. If he ain't paying that bill to stay at that hotel, do you think the hotel gonna open the door and give him a key and let him in? No, he don't get to enjoy that stay unless he pay. So I know you got a house and maybe your house looks really cute and you want him to see and all of that stuff, but all that spending the night, cut that out, y'all. Cut that out. Stop it. Let him know. You want to spend the night? Oh, okay. We've been hanging out for a while. Okay. And I would love to spend the night with you. So I tell you what, if you come over, let's see. So basically the rent, okay, over here is, let's see, my rent is, let's say $1,500 per month. All right. Hold on. $1,500 per month. It's 31 days in this month. So if you spend the night, okay, that's $48.38, and you want to spend the weekend with me. So that's 3 nights, okay? So now we're looking at $145.16. That's just for the rent. Now let's go ahead and add the lights because when you come over, you're going to want to see me, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and add about $22 for the lights that you're going to be using for those 3 days, all right? Now we're going to add the water because I know you're going to have to pee, honey, because trust me, all that stuff we're going to be drinking, honey. So we're going to go ahead and add the cost of water that you're going to be using for those 3 days. So let's go ahead and add another $35 onto that. Also, I'm pretty sure you're going to be using the TV, all right? And I have to pay for Netflix, all right? So with my Netflix, I paid this for the month, and I paid, okay, so let's add another $7, not too much, okay? A little $7, all right, for 3 days for you to watch my Netflix and things of that nature, all right? And you're gonna want to plug in your phone because I know you're gonna have to charge it, right? Your phone will go dead if you don't charge it, right? So let's go ahead and add another $40 for, electricity again, just for you plugging in your phone and things of that nature. Then you're going to want to get up and eat breakfast, okay? And I'm pretty sure I have some pancakes in there. I have some pancake mix. I have some grits, eggs, sausage. I have some food up in there. So if we were to go to IHOP, I would say we would spend about $20 on a plate of food. So let's say 3 days for a $20 plate of food. Okay, what is that? That's $60, okay, for food. So we're looking at about a good $742, all right, for you to spend the night. And I ain't even charge you for this ass. Okay, I didn't even charge you for that. Okay, so that's $742 for you to spend the weekend. So what's up? You gonna send it to me via Cash App? That's how y'all gotta be direct. Y'all have to really be direct. Y'all have to stop just saying just doing whatever. Let him come over there, spend a night, tear you all up and through. Okay. Where is the exchange of energy? And I know he's probably going to say, well, I come over there, I make you feel good, you make me feel good. Who's to say? Who's the judge of that? How does it make me feel good to know you laying up in my bed, in my AC, under my rent, under my water bill, under my Netflix account, and I'm the one paying for all that? You made me feel good. I made you feel good. I paid the rent to be here. You paid the rent to be here. That's how we balance it out. You ain't making me feel good by me sitting up here having to share all of this with you, and I'm the only one paying for it. That's never going to make me feel good. If y'all inherit more of this, practice, then, you will be in perhaps maybe different type of relationships. And I'm not saying this to come off like, they will always want to program us to believe that if you want a man in his masculine energy, you're a gold digger. I ain't seen no damn gold yet. Okay. I ain't seen no gold. Where's the gold? How are we gold diggers? And y'all ain't even got damn copper over there. But we're gold diggers, no, it's just honestly about placing the energy in its right perspective. A man is supposed to be a provider and a protector, and a woman is a nurturer and a healer. Right? You need a woman in your life that's going to be there to cook a good meal. If she's too busy out there trying to work 50 jobs to help you pay the bills, okay, how is she going to have to cook a meal where she's frustrated, she angry, she tired, her feet swollen, her back hurt, her neck sore, she can't get a back rub from you because you too damn tired, your ankle messed up, your arm toe up. It's just, no, you have to create a healthy environment. You have to create a healthy environment, y'all. That's all you're doing is creating a healthy environment when everybody is in their prospective role. Are you asking the kids to work? Okay, now the kids can't be kids because they got to, be an adult right now. I got to work. I got to pay bills. No. So if everybody is in their prospective role, that's how you get the household to run a lot smoother. All right. Now, let me talk to my married women, right? Married women who are in relationships, you are married, okay? And maybe you're working, but like I said, you should have a conversation with your husband. And if your husband feel like, what, I don't care to be in no damn masculine role, I ain't paying all these bills and stuff like that, then you have a major decision you need to make. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, moving forward from 2026 on, baby, if you are gonna stay in that situation, you got to take everything that comes with it. Your household will be out of alignment. It will be out of balance. And it is what it is. It's okay for a woman to work. I'm not saying women should not work. I think a woman should do exactly what she loves. I think a woman can work a job if she feel like, what, I get bored at home. So I do want to get out and work a job because I do want to get me a car. Billy pays all of the bills. We have a little family car or whatever, but he takes that to work. So I got to wait for him to get off before I could do anything, so I really want to get me a car. So yes, go get off your arse and go get a job and get you a car. Right? Boom. Get you a little part-time job or something, save them coins up, and then go get you a car and you make enough money to, pay your bill. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Now, when you get your car insurance, I think Billy should be paying for that. But I'm going to tell you something. Men need to not be afraid to pay bills because I'm telling you, men, when you pay bills, it makes you lucky. It makes you lucky. You ask any man who comfortably pay bills if he's stressing about money. He's not. That's why he's really. A lot of men meet you and they want to pay. What you need? What you need? You okay? You good? What is it? What can I do? Here, go get you some grocery. Every man that I have dealt with has blessed me and has always been blessed. Like every man, like soon as they meet me, it's just like, okay, what you need? You want my phone number? Well, you're going to have to take the bill with it. Because you trying to call me. Now you want to use this phone like I use it. Now I got to spend time with you on the phone. Okay, my bill's $65. And right then and there, boom, there goes your $65. What's your number? That's how I did it back in my day. You know what I'm saying? That's how I did it. Now, Bae kind of got away with it because Bae caught me in a very vulnerable situation, y'all. I didn't get nothing from Bae. I met Bae but I was kind of distracted. I think that's what it was. I met Bae at BJ's. And, he followed me around that store. He was in love when he seen me, honey. He followed me around that store like it was nobody's business. But Bae was a promoter. He used to, promote clubs and stuff like that. So, he was in the liquor store and he was buying a whole bunch of liquor. And I was in there just buying one bottle of gin for my mama. That's it. I'm like, where's gin? Where's gin? So I find the gin and then I go to the register and it's all these bottles of liquor up there. And I didn't even think, I'm like, damn, what you doing? That's when he told me he was doing a party. He was having I think this was Labor Day or Memorial Day, one of the two. I think it was Labor Day. And he was like, oh, why don't you come through? He gave me like a flyer and all of this stuff. And, I'm like, I didn't think about it. I want to do it. But anywho, I just was like, I just want to pay for my liquor and get up out of there. So that's what I did. And I did give him my phone number. He did ask me for my phone number, whatever. And I, thought he was cute. So I did give him my phone number, but I had to hurry up and get to my mama because she wanted her damn gin. Okay. But when I did talk to him, I let him know. I I say, you know what? You was buying all that liquor and you didn't even pay for my little one bottle. When Bay came to see me, okay, there you go for your gin. My bad. You know what I'm saying? He did. You know, he was like day one. You know what I'm saying? The first day we went out to eat, the first day he took me out, he was like, out, and I told him that. I'm like, you didn't even pay for my bottle. Like, that was very tacky of you. I let him know. And when he saw me, he gave me the money for my damn gin. Yes, he did. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. When a guy really likes you, you don't have to ask him twice. You don't have to say much. And if he don't really like you, then you need to just keep it moving. Y'all need to just move on to the next. Because guys who don't really like you, they're not going to take the time to try to invest in you. They don't care. If you don't like a car, you're like, oh, this is just something to get me by. You ain't going to be trying to fix it up. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be trying to put all that energy into it. It's just something to get me by until I get the car that I want. You don't want to be the standby girl. You don't want to be, you know, the in-between girl. You know, so you always got to make sure that this is somebody who really does care for you. This is somebody who really does like you. They think you're cute. They're really interested in you. You know, they could see you as wifey one day. If you're with the wrong person, then, you know, you're going to be wasting your time. All right. All right, so we're going to move on for real, y'all. Move on from the relationship aspect of it. Okay. We got vampires gone wild. Y'all wanted to talk to y'all about this. Okay, so we're going to move on to the spiritual side of everything. All right, we're going to move into the need to protect yourself and all of that stuff. Y'all already know. If you haven't, get you a bottle of the spray. If we have any more, shout out to y'all, because y'all just been buying that damn shop out, honey. Every time I turn around, every day, all day, I'm just like fulfilling orders. So shout out to y'all. I salute y'all because y'all be working on that frequency. Y'all be working on that frequency, honey. And we have the May box. Now listen, May, okay, is birth energy. Okay. It is one of the most powerful energies. It is one of the most powerful times of the year. So these boxes that we're going to have, May is the flower moon, I believe. Yeah, May is the flower moon. Today is the pink moon. So May is the flower moon. Oh my word. So the energy behind these boxes, the creative energy behind these boxes is going to be very powerful. A lot of good energy. Stuff that's just going to make you feel more bougier than you have ever felt in your life. Very powerful, very bright, vibrant. And I told you guys that I'm very limited. Okay. I was only able to get, and that's because the energy of this box, it's just, you guys will see. Like I say, you guys will see. Those of you who are able to get your hands on them. Now, the big box, okay, the full size is what I want to say. The full size box, you guys, is what's limited. But I do have the mini, right? Also, if your birthday is in the month of May, one of you who purchased a full size box, if your birthday is in the month of May, then you will be entered to get a Spiritual Candies gift card. One person. Okay, so we're going to be celebrating and shouting out the ones who are born in the month of May. Okay, this is energy from the divine feminine. This is about giving birth. This is about renewal, all of that stuff. Okay, so some lucky person who gets the full size box, whose birthday, if your birthday is in the month of May, right? Because I know I have a lot of people whose birthday is in the month of May. One of you will also receive a $25 Spiritual Candies gift card. Okay. So shout out to our sponsor, Fam First Entertainment, for this beautiful opportunity right here for one of you. Okay. So yes. And the mini box is just going to come with, you know, your body wash, your spray, your oil is going to come with all of your essentials. Okay. I think you may get a scrub too, if I'm not mistaken. So you'll have a scrub. And these are just things that you need to do to just take care of your physical body, you guys, to make sure that, and I'm going to talk more. We're going to see why it is that you need to do this. Okay. So the energies that we are working with, the reason we're creating these boxes and we're making them more powerful is because there's a lot of crazy energy out here, you guys. All right. Now, y'all remember, I don't know if y'all remember, but I told y'all that before Pope Francis got his little arse on up out of here, Okay, he decided he wanted to open them damn 5 portals. Remember I told y'all that he opened them 5 portals, then he want to die. I'm finna go in the afterworld. I'm finna drag his right back on into this 3rd dimension and be like, where are you going? Now, how you just gonna open all these portals and then gonna die, gonna leave us to have to deal with all of this mess? Okay, and I told y'all that, and I said, listen, y'all, it's gonna get crazy. Okay, it's gonna get crazy. And I think he died like 2024, was it 2024, 25 on Easter? I'm like, so anywho, let me tell y'all. So they replaced him with Pope Leo the 14th, right? Pope Leo the 14th. Now on March 13th, shout out to BDale 1014. I was watching a video that this guy put up, and he kind of brought this up a little bit, but he didn't go into it much, but he did bring it up. And when I saw that, it kind of triggered something that I was already looking into, okay, and feeling. So it was kind of like a confirmation. When I saw, I say, I knew it. All right. So anywho, on March 13, 2026, Pope Leo the 14th met with leaders of the International Association of Exorcists. Did y'all hear me? The Pope met with International Association of Exorcists. That is AIE. Meaning he went and met with the strongest people that he feel on this planet that does exorcisms. Listen, he met with them at the Vatican to address a reported surge, an increase in global Satanism and occult practices. I don't know if y'all know what the hell I just said. The Pope met with the AIE because he said there is an increase in occult practices and people are conjuring up demons. These demons are roaming the earth and jumping in people's body. What do you think an exorcism is? Y'all think I be coming on here saying, listen, y'all got to protect yourself because the energy's out here. Look this up, y'all. Get on your phone. Stop going to Instagram. Stop going to TikTok. Take your arse to Google and see what the Pope is doing, because he's protecting himself. I'm going to tell you what he did. Okay? I'm going to tell you what he did. Okay? It says the AIE warned of increasing cases of Satanism, esoteric practices, and AI-fueled occultism. They urged the Pope to ensure that every Catholic diocese, okay, worldwide has at least one trained exorcist priest to offer spiritual protection. Did y'all hear that? They urged the Pope to make sure that every church, every location, meaning every church got a specific priest, an exorcist priest per church, because that's how many spirits are jumping in and out of bodies, and they don't know who is whom anymore, because anybody can be possessed. Okay? Now, the request was made in a private audience with Bishop Carol Orlita and Father Francesco Bamonte, highlighting the unprecedented challenges in their ministry. This meeting followed the 2023 release of some sort of film, despite sensational headlines describing the event as global exorcism alert, meaning spirits is jumping in bodies. They're not telling y'all this. Entities are jumping in bodies, which is causing a lot of mental health. Y'all seen what it was, Lil Jon's son? Okay, remember what he did. It's a lot of crazy things going on. Y'all got people that is unaliving their own children. Y'all got people out here doing all type of crazy stuff. Y'all seen in Texas, they said all them folk went to that goddamn on rodeo and cut up. They got Beyonce mama out there selling soup in the hot sun. Now, how the hell you sell soup in the heat? I don't know if that was her or not. I say something must have jumped in her, Because who in the hell gonna say, I'm finna go to the hot sun and I'm finna make a bowl of soup, a pot of soup, and sell that to mofos out in the sun? Now, I don't know what's inside of that body right there. That's crazy. So they're basically saying, okay, the AIE led by the president, Bishop Corral, okay, and Francisco Belmonte urged the Pope to ensure every Catholic diocese worldwide has at least one properly trained exorcist priest. The delegation presented a report highlighting unprecedented challenges. Okay, challenges. They can't even explain, okay, what it is that's about to take place and what I think is already taking place. But like I said, this was not put out in a way for us to really gain access to it. It wasn't put on, the main social media platforms, not in, I think, our community. I believe it was put out on high alert in other communities, but it definitely wasn't promoted in our community. So shout out to BDL 1014 for even bringing that to his platform, to our community. Okay. So it says the number of approved exorcists has grown from roughly 24 to over 150 in the last 15 years. All right. While demand is surging, priests noted that most cases are related to mental health rather than true demonic possession. They emphasized that formal exorcisms are only performed after thorough medical and psychological evaluations. Y'all, it is like, I told y'all that there's going to be a lot of crazy energies, y'all. These energies are not only attaching themselves, they're having fun. They're just jumping in and out of bodies, causing a little depression here, causing a little sadness here. Some people, getting sick. All right. That's why I say now is not the time for us to be engaging or indulging in any low vibrational things. We need to keep our bodies light. You got to make your body so light to where they are not able to attach to you. If they do try to access you, they will not be able to attach to you. They'll have to, let go right away. Ways you can keep your body light, you guys, watch what you're eating. Stop eating all this damn fast food. Fast food is the densest energy we can possibly put inside of the body, right? And Siren, also believe that fast food contains, a lot of, I want to say AI. Okay. And I know that sounds crazy, but I do believe that fast food, and I believe a lot of these restaurants like, Olive Garden and things of that nature, I believe the food now has AI in it, artificial intelligence. Okay. I know that sounds crazy, but you will be surprised at what it is that is put inside of a lot of these foods, you guys, that we're consuming. It's a demand to, control you. It's a demand to gain access to you. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. My phone, I didn't even say nothing today. I just so happened to walk past DSW, y'all. And when I looked up at it, I was like, they had a sign outside that said 50% off some of their clearance shoes. And I read the sign, the DSW sign, and I was like, nah, and could you believe that a thing popped up on my phone that said DSW? An ad popped up on my phone. Like soon as I went in my email, the first email was, and it had just came through, DSW. Yeah, I wanted to throw my phone, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Now, just so y'all know, Siren ain't on here just talking out the side of her neck all the time. Sometimes she do. But it says here, does fast food have AI? Yes, many fast food chains are actively using or testing AI. Okay. Now it does say, okay, that this AI is used through their voice machines and things of that nature to pick up, like before you even think of what it is that you want, AI is already tapping into your brain to kind of get you to order certain things that, let me try that. Okay. Oh, well, what's this? You know how you get, shit, they don't put AI out there to speed you up. Yeah, let me get a number 4, number 6, number 2, number 1, number 9. They don't put AI out there, honey, to get in and tell you what you're gonna eat. Okay. It says, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can make this make sense. Okay. You know how when you ask them, they don't want to say. I'm trying to ask, is AI in the food? But it's saying fast food chains are heavily adopting AI, but primarily in the operations part. But they are changing how fast food is ordered. They are allowing AI to prepare the food. I'm trying to say, is AI in the food? There is a technology being introduced. Okay, let's see. Let's see if technology, if we can see it that way. Okay. Is technology in the food? Yes, technology is deeply integrated into the modern food system. It enhances sustainability, safety, and efficiency. Sure. We're talking about in the food. They can't say no because they can't lie, but they're not going to admit it and say, oh yeah. Okay. um, is technology in the food? They don't want to say no. Okay, let me see. What do they call them, y'all? Uh Let's see if we could say if the nanotech is nanotechnology in the food. It says yes, nanotechnology is currently used in the food industry. But it says they do include it to have nanoparticle-based food coatings that extends the shelf life. Silver nanoparticles for our antibacterial packaging, and nano to improve flavor, texture, and nutrient bioavailability. So there it is, you guys. I'm telling you, they put in technology in the food. I'm telling you, listen, there it is. It is in the food to improve. That's what they said. They introducing it to give it longer shelf life. Okay. And why do you think all of these chips they coming out that like they got potato chips that say McDonald's chicken nuggets flavored chips? You know, like these chips coming in weird flavors and stuff like that. But it is because they're introducing the technology into the food, which means they can program. The technology is a program. It's not that the food really tastes like that. It's that they have embedded what that tastes like inside of a computer program. And then that program will now take that and place it inside of that chip. So when you eat it, the chip probably tastes like that. But the program is telling your mind that it tastes like a number 6 from McDonald's. So even the food is programming you to like it and think it tastes good when it probably don't. Okay. I thought it was quite odd that, you know, with these like crumble cookie and small cakes and what is that? Nothing bundt cake. Y'all, where does stuff come from? I just don't remember no nothing bundt cakes from like, you know, 90s to early 2000s. I'm like, where did this come from? It's like it just came out of nowhere to me and it just became so popular. Right? It just became so popular that I'm just like, where did all this stuff? And I'm like, how do y'all get the best recipe? Like, how do y'all get this cake to taste so good? That's how you know. A lot of these companies, they don't even make. Remember back in the day, they used to be like, oh, we got another batch coming up. They don't even make it. It comes frozen. So it comes from a plant already made. Nobody is cooking anymore. Nobody, even when you go to like Denny's, when you go to IHOP, when you go to Chili's, you think they in there frying your steak? You think they in there frying your chicken sandwich? That's why sometimes you can get a chicken sandwich that's still frozen on the inside. This stuff is already pre-made. They not in there making your mashed potatoes. They cut open a bag and they pour it down and they put it in the microwave. All of your vegetables and things of that nature. Nothing is fresh anymore. Everything comes already made. Nothing is being cooked anymore. They're not taking the time to cook your food unless maybe it's like some eggs. And even with that, I went to a hotel in New Orleans, and in the morning they had omelets already pre-made, y'all. It was a whole, when you open it up, they had a whole bunch of little omelets already made. I say, what the? Who's eating this? And the turkey sausage didn't make any sense. So if we're eating this low vibrational food, that food is now making us low vibrational. It's lowering your frequency. And when your frequency is low, then you can be accessed by these outside forces that the Pope is already, he protecting him and his churches, honey. He say, listen, all my priests, y'all good. Now in the world, everybody else out there in the world, listen, y'all on y'all own, honey. But if the Pope found it necessary to have a meeting with an organization to say, protect my priest, he got his own, and he got one for all of the churches. What is that telling us, y'all? What is that letting us know? Y'all, it's not a joke out here. So while we out here focused on all the BS they putting in this is what's going down our timeline. All this stuff about what Clarissa and Papoose and Remy and 50 and what's the other one? T.I. and then Jay-Z and all his drama and Beyonce and her mama selling soup in the sun. You know, while they running all this foolishness down our timeline, they over there protecting themselves on a spiritual level. They over there protecting themselves. They like, yeah, let them go ahead and worry. Let them go ahead and do whatever it is that they do. But they over there protecting themselves. They making sure that they are okay. While we over here falling for the okie doke. Right? While we still over here drinking. I've been drinking. While we still over here willingly, the same things that they're trying to exercise out of their body, we over here willingly shoving it in our face with alcohol and low vibrational foods. And we wonder why the Black community is one of the ones that don't have no community of their own. We own no grocery stores. We own no banks. One thing I noticed when I went in Chinatown, no matter what area I go in Chinatown, they got their own banks. They got their own grocery stores. They got their own gas stations. They got their own movie theaters. The Indians coming over here. They got the Dunkin' Donuts. They got the gas stations. They got everything. I even go into any area in the Caucasians. They got their little area and stuff. But when you go into the Black community, all they got is Section 8, maybe renting their house, may even own it, but they don't own nothing outside of that. Nothing. No movie theaters, no gas stations. When have you ever walked into a gas station and you see a Black owner up in there? When? In our own neighborhoods, they're providing everybody else the opportunity to own a business and to be successful. Back in the day, the only business I think Black people that I saw, this is just my personal experience, that they had was like a wash house. You know, I remember back in the day, there were some guys who did own like a wash house. You know what? This guy did own a pool hall. I don't know. I gotta ask Beta. He owned that plaza, that whole little plaza over there. Because it was some people that did own some things back, but we're talking like in the 60s, 70s, 80s. By the time the 90s came, I think the next generation was not able to, hold on to that. It's all been bought out by, the other folk. But yeah, it's just we have to make sure that we focusing on the right thing. And I think when it comes to spirituality, I think we don't, as a culture, as a people, we don't like to focus on spirituality, meaning we look down on it because we've been programmed to look down on spirituality. For example, a lot of people will watch me and will say, she's a little too spiritual for me, or, I really don't watch her because of this, or whatever it may be, right? But then you go right into a nail salon, you walk right up to their mother altar where they're doing candle work. They have a deity right there that they praying to, that they putting your money to. And every time you walk in there, the price is $20 more, but you constantly go there. I don't care what Chinese, Korean, Asian, I don't care what they have out there. They make sure they take their culture with them. They never deny their culture. But if you walk into somebody's house and you see them lighting a candle for abundance or something, you're like, oh, girl, what's that? Oh, I don't get down like that. That's the devil. But did the devil do your nails? Did the devil give you pedicure? Y'all walk right past them damn altars like y'all don't even see them. Girl, what you get? I'm gonna get what color I want. What colors y'all got? And them altars be right there in your face. They don't even try to hide it. But the minute you got somebody celebrating their ancestors, it's like, oh, girl, they doing that stuff over there. I don't even go. I don't get down like that. Y'all, it's like we have to stop being so fearful and so judgmental, and we need to educate ourselves. Not everybody is doing the right thing. I agree. But that's in every situation. But some people are. Some people are. And with that being said, I'm going to say there is a need to protect yourself. There is a need to, make sure that you're working on becoming a higher version of yourself all the time, because you don't want to stay stuck. And if you're starting to feel stagnant in any area of your life, then you need to decide what it is you want to do or what it is you're going to do in that area of your life to make sure that you become unstuck and you're able to move forward. You're able to move ahead. Because somebody out there, whatever you're not using, if you're somebody who have, let's say, a gift, right? And I mean, it could be as simple as, oh, girl, I know it's going to rain because my knees hurt. Y'all know how it is, right? Oh, every time my eye jump, I get some money. Or, oh, child, somebody talk about me, my nose itching, my ears burning, child, somebody. Y'all know how it is. And then somebody will be like, oh, girl, what that mean, girl? You better stop doing that, girl. That's the devil. And making you feel guilty, making you feel ashamed, making you feel embarrassed, or making you feel uncomfortable about yourself. Because you don't have to wait for the news to come on to get your umbrella. You're like, oh, my knees hurting, girl. Let me go get my umbrella, honey. We have to stop allowing people to make us turn or dim down our light. Be comfortable with who you are. For as long as you're doing right by you and you're doing right by yourself, you're not doing anything to cause harm or invade people. Okay. Now, me personally, you guys know I do use tarot cards and things of that nature. I do readings and stuff like that. I do consultations. I do a lot of healing work with it. And there are some people who are online who they're like, oh, let me look into, Katy Perry's energy, or let me look into Britney Spears. Like I find that to be very disrespectful. If they didn't give you permission to tap into their energy, stay the fuck out. Don't just be tapping into people's energy all willy-nilly. That's why, God don't open up the gifts for everybody. Everybody can't receive their gifts because they can be very irresponsible with it. It's not for you to tap into anybody's energy. It's not for you to invade anybody's privacy or their spiritual business, and going, even if you're going to get a reading, oh, let me find out about, listen, you can't do that. You're going to cause karma on yourself when you tap into somebody's energy against their free will. Anytime you go against somebody's free will, you're going to cause karma on yourself. It's not the wrath of that person. It's the wrath of God, and it's the wrath of their ancestors that you're going to have to deal with. And it's not worth it. It's so not worth it. So mind your own spirit, okay, is what I want to say when it comes to that. Be very responsible. If you like somebody, don't go to somebody and get a reading. Oh, can you tell me about this guy and what I need to know and things of that nature? No, what you need to know is the situation that involves you and that guy. That's it. That's it. Not what he doing, what he got going on, and what, I'm saying? Y'all, we have to make sure that we become very responsible with our own energy and very responsible with the energy of others, because nobody wants to be invaded. Nobody wants to be spiritually raped. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be taken advantage of. So protect yourself by, one, minding your own spirit, and protect yourself by shielding yourself, working on yourself, cleansing yourself, staying true to who you are, tapping into your purpose, finding out what your purpose is, whatever that may be. Find out what your purpose is, walk in your path, ask, questions, find you somebody that you can trust, and get you some help, get you some counseling. A lot of these, content creators nowadays, I saw a video, And there was a content creator, and she was like, y'all, you know, I decided to get therapy and this and that. And I thought that was like, wow, like that was big. I was like really saluting her. And then there was another one video I saw where the girl was like, y'all, so I'm working with this company because therapy is very important. And then there was one more video where, y'all, I'm getting therapy. I said, oh my God, Jesus, it's for a damn paycheck. Don't sell your soul, y'all. Don't do something for a check. Do it because that's what you're really doing. I'm thinking these people really getting mental health, help, and no, it's for a damn check. I'm just promoting the damn company. I probably ain't had not one damn counseling session. So when it comes to mental health, you guys want to tap into that. You want to take that serious. That's nothing to sell to the people. Like, that's just insane that these companies would reach out to them and have them promoting this, when it's not something that is really going on. So you got to be careful who you listening to. You got to be careful who you watching, okay? Because not everybody, listen, the others are so smart. They know how to infiltrate. They know that y'all want to eat healthier. They know that y'all want to listen to stuff that motivate and inspire you. So they're going to put their people. They're going to put their people out there to say the right words to you, to lure you in. For example, back in 2020, 2019, there was a lot of people that were doing like tarot card. They would get up every day and they would say the message for the day. And, they grew their following. Their following got really, really, really big. And then I think it was around 2024, they was like, no, burn all the cards and go back to Jesus. It was so funny, y'all. I was like, what in the world? Because they put their own people out there to lure you into those messages and things of that nature. And then they made you feel guilty and they sent everybody right back. You got to go back to the church. When did we leave the church? Oh, hold up. I'm confused. No, we got to burn all. I mean, they was going through a burn. It was a whole mess. I thought that was the weirdest thing. But I've noticed that they will put their people out in the forefront. And a lot of these people that, you may be watching with all of these big numbers, okay, a lot of them are plants. They are very wise. They know that you're going to try to choose a different route. So they're like, okay, we're going to get the people who not going on that route, and we're going to get the people who are going on that route, because we're going to put our people in place to lure them in. Okay? So you got to be careful right here. You're going to have to use your discernment, and you're going to have to move a lot wiser, a lot smarter. Okay? And you're going to have to make sure that you are, you're going to have to make sure that you are a lot wiser, that you are a lot smarter, and you're going to have to make sure that you are using your discernment for every little thing, you guys, because it's people everywhere. And the Pope even said it, it's spirits jumping into people. You don't know who's whom. They're doing exorcisms over there while we are here just hanging around with everybody. You don't know who's what. Okay, you don't know who's what, especially somebody who drinks a lot, somebody who has a poor diet, somebody who just has a poor mindset. Like, y'all don't have time to be hanging around and being involved in all of that craziness. Y'all better protect yourself if y'all know better. Okay, so I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.